Welcome back, I'm some guy you've never heard of, and this is Europa Universalis 3 Legacy of Rome. The last time we rebuilt our military and made plans for possible wars to the north. And I've been keeping an eye on France a little bit. Alright, so our infamy's down to 9. Oh, that's right, we lost an advisor. Time for a new advisor. So we've got a diplomat and an artist. What do we need right now? I'm torn. A high judge? I don't really think it's needed at the moment. Yeah, there are some revolts possible, but it hasn't been... Oh, you know what? Maybe an ambassador. Especially since we're still trying to annex Tuscany right now, and 10 years after that we will try to annex another nation. So yeah, let's get an ambassador. Up our diplomatic skill. Alright, and speaking of annexing Tuscany, let's send them a gift. Oh, that's right, we have a new monarch. But we don't have a royal marriage with them anymore. Let's propose one again. Good, they said yes. Let's propose one to Urbino. And Modena. And Ferrara. Ferrara said no. Modena said yes. Urbino said no. Okay. Alright, let's demand annexation from Tuscany again. There we go. It is not hard to rule from Rome. Rome was designed for ruling things. And we had a core on Pisa, so that's good. Firenze, though, you need to abandon the Holy Roman Empire. We still have votes. We do. I don't know how Burgundy became an elector, but... Burgundy and Trier are voting for us. We're in second place. Austria's got 3, I've got 2, Bohemia and Poland each have 1. That is Poland, yes, okay. Alright, a revolt in Verona and one in Bulgar. You can go deal with Verona. You'll go deal with Bulgar. How is the economy looking right now? Alright, only negative 20 per month. Alright, I think it's time to raise up a new army in Italy. Well, that's right, Abruzzi became a core. Excellent. Alright, let's just center this on Napoli then. Nobles resist westernization. How long before I can change a policy? Oh, my centralization has to be less than -4. Why don't they just say that my centralization has to be at -5 then? Since there's only one thing less than -4. Okay, yeah, it's gonna take a while to go 2 more centralization, so We'll accept the demands of the nobles for now. Alright, let's get a dock in Girona. Nations don't want to be conscripted. I'm sure we can slow it down right now. That's fine. Support architectural development. I don't want to... You know what? We're in need of no such reform. We'll go a little more narrow-minded. Revolt in Kosovo? No, we'll lower taxes. That's fine. Quality of our troops is impressive. Yes, it is. Oh, we converted the heretics of Bulgar. Excellent. Excellent. So how many armies am I at now? 9. So the one I'm raising will be the 10th. Got it. More architectural development. How narrow-minded are we right now? We're at -2. We're still more towards innovative, so... Alright. Sure, we are in no need of such reform. Lorenz University to the administration. Oh. Interesting. We could actually colonize some stuff out there. Do we want to? Oh, we could take an island. Oh wait, no. Those are fully supported things. Why are they showing up the color of we could colonize it? That's annoying. You know what? Why not? Let's colonize Bermuda. What do I have a boundary dispute with right now? The Mamluks over Karga, which is down here. I mean, yeah, that's Roman, definitely. No, I didn't click. Oh well. Oh, we failed in Bermuda. Let's send another. Alright, convert the heretics of Ustyurt. Nice. Oh, we can get better cannons. And we've gained a core on Brash. Alright, let's go ahead and get a dry dock in Naxos. And Ruslan. And Girona. Barcelona. And Aleppo. Alright, what all cities do we have represented? Rome, Venice, Nicaea, Bologna, Yerevan, Athens, Constantinople, Alexandria, and Barcelona. I will name this one after Napoli. I usually don't name it after the city it's actually in, but it's a pretty major city, so there we go. Oh, we've got a missionary again. I think we've already we have either already converted all the Muslims or are in the process. Let's go ahead and send this one to Malta. Oh, and I've got another one. Let's go to Tripolitania. Alright, we've got a core on Uralsk. Nice. Get a dry dock in Alexandria. Denmark, Ryazan, and Polotsk. Okay, what about Poland? Bosnia, Bavaria, and Pomerania. I have a claim on Podolia, right? Right. Although at that point I'd probably just take Poltava too. Yeah, let's take care of the closer war. Oh, Milan grew. Good for them. Send another colonist to Bermuda. And let's go ahead and declare war against Poland, reconquest, all our vassals. I do. You go to Podolia, you go to Poltava. You wait and see if Bosnia gets involved. They did. Cool. Alright, so you go to Bosnia. And Aquileia have warned us right after we declared war. Cute, Aquileia, cute. Alright, let's get their army. There we go. Use Poltava. Nice. Poltava's already fallen. Let's ask Bohemia for military access. They said yes. Nice. Poland is offering white peace. Don't know what made you think that was a possibility. Alright, you go up to Lublin. You come back home because you're not needed on the front anymore. Alright, Alright, we've taken Hum. Go support our vassals in Bosnia. We've taken Lublin. Go attack their army up in Warsaw. Let's send another colonist to Bermuda. Bosnia is offering money. That's not happening right now. Pomerania is offering white peace. How are things looking in Pomerania? Oh, Modena has invaded. Cool. Alright, let me chase their army. There we go. Let's just go ahead and assault this one. Alright. Sandomierz is in my hands. Go up to Warsaw. Alright, we've taken Bosnia, sent another colonist to Bermuda. Visit from some shady people. It is an offer we can refuse, actually. Alright, let's go down south to Ragusa. Alright, Warsaw has fallen. Let's go over to Toruń. Alright, my vassals have taken Vorpommern. Oh, they're small enough that I could both vassalize and convert them. Alright, we've taken Ragusa, and we've gained a core on Bogatyr. Let's get a dry dock in the Baleares, and Mus, and Chaldea, and Rome. Alright, we've taken Toruń. Let's go up to Stettin. Alright, we're producing fish in Bermuda. Nice, let's send another colonist there. What is Bosnia offering to cede Hum and Ragusa? Bosnia, if I were going to take territory from you, I would just annex you. No, I'm just going to vassalize you, Bosnia. We converted the heretics of Palermo. Excellent. Let's offer Bosnia an alliance. Bavaria is making demands. That's just silly. Okay, Bavaria. Whatever makes you happy. Alright. Stettin has fallen. Let's make peace with Pomerania. Religion and vassalization. Send another colonist to Bermuda. You can come back to Cherson. Alright, so that just leaves Poland and Bavaria, and Bavaria is not worth the time and effort. I could annex Poland. I don't want to annex Poland. I don't want a bunch of weird exclaves. I do want Podolia, and I might as well take Poltava at that point. And then let's force them to become Orthodox. And give me a tiny bit of cash. That's the peace, Poland. Alright, let's get a dock in Palermo, a dry dock in Sirte, and Armeniacon, and Cilicia. Alright, let's see, what do they hear? They're Protestant there? Alright, let's send a missionary to Podolia then. Alright, we can get a new idea. Oh, and we can centralize more. A local pretender in Napoli. Okay. Where there's already an army. I'm curious just how far my reach would be with Quest for the New World, but I'm not trying to make colonization a focus of our policies or whatever right now. Let's go ahead and get an engineer corps. And then a dry dock in Paphlagonia. Alright, let's send another colonist to Bermuda. And I've got a new missionary. Let's send this one to Poltava. Alright, you head to Bogacar. You head to Tambal. How's we gonna do this one? Alright, reconquest against Novgorod. Oh, hold on a sec. I forgot to make an alliance with Pomerania. There we go. Alright, now... Now reconquest against Novgorod. Alright, you go to Saratov, you go to Pensa. You get away from the border, because, yeah, that's not your job. Oh, none of their allies got involved? Well, that sucks. I mean, for them at least. Let's get a dry dock in Rhodes. Alright, we're making some serious strides on our expenses. Send another colonist to Bermuda. And then a dry dock in Hibiriotai. Alright, we took Pensa already. Go up to Nizhny Novgorod. Oh no, let's there we go. Now let's go to Nizhny Novgorod. Alright, we took Saratov. Alright, going up to Kazan. Go to Samara to attack their armies. warriors do not read books. Yes, they do. Okay, Pensa would be too much. Alright, go down to the army in Pensa. Alright, chase them to Perm. Oh, we built a university in Burgos. Nice. Now it wants us to conquer Gillen. So you want us to go after Persia next. Well, that's going to be a large war, but I'm down. Maybe after a few years, but yeah. Alright, let's get a dry dock in Cherson and Messina. Alright, go attack their army in Bulgar. Chase them to Kazan. Alright, we destroyed their army in Perm. Nice. Where are you running? Solikamsk? Okay, chase them. Let's get a dry dock in Palermo. Alright, let's send a missionary to the Baleares. What is Novgorod? They're offering white peace. That's not how this works. Claretow and Pensa. That's how this works. And your treasury. Alright, that was a nice quick little war. Alright, let's send you down to Mergen. And I'll send you to Ostjert. And we'll get ready to... No, not you, I'm sorry. You down to Ostjert. You go to Saratov for now. Alright, we gained a core on Beybaktu. Nice. And Samara. Alright, our northern border here looks much nicer if I do say so myself. Right, let's get a dry dock in Valencia. Out of curiosity, they're allied with the Mamluks. The Mamluks might get involved. Alright, good to know. In that case, alright, you go deal with the revolt in Pensa. Oh, you deal with the revolt up there. In that case, let's go ahead and take the Constantinople Legion to Alexandria. Ready to attack the Mamluks if they do get involved. Oh, and we're getting pirates in the black again. Oh, I can get better galleys. Well, that's good to know. I don't feel like upgrading the entire fleet right this second, though, so there we go. But we will train some ships just to keep the pirates out of the Black Sea when we do move the fleet. Get a dry dock in Napoli and Abkhazia. Are my army? Yes, my armies are in position. Good. Alright, a holy war with Persia. You go into Gillen. You go down to Main Shishal. And the Mamluks did decide to get involved. In that case, you go down to Asyut. And, yeah, just there you go. Alright, go attack their army in Alexandria. Oh, we converted the heretics of Ufa. Nice. Alright, go to Cairo. Alright, we took Gillen already. We gained cores on Pirineo, Girona, Barcelona, Aragon, Valencia, and the Baleares, and Tripolitania and Alicante. I didn't realize it had been 50 years since we took all that. Nice. Looks like Castile and France are fighting again. Okay. Alright, go to Azerbaijan. Go ahead and assault the fort here. Oh, Syria declared war. Alright, go south to this Terra Incognita here. Well, in that case... Hey, Alexandria army, go invade Damascus. Najd, Algiers, and Baluchistan are getting involved in that, and I just gained a core on something. Alright, and Bermuda is self-sustaining. Nice. Let's get it, it's Fort 1. Oh, we're turning a profit again. Nice. Let's get a dry dock in Seleucia. And... Optimatoy. Alright, we're taking Cairo. Let's go down to Nile. Alright, we're taking Azerbaijan. Let's go attack their army in Sharazor. Face them to Mosul. Alright, we took Nile already. Go down to Karga. Alright, instead of going to Damascus, go attack the Syrian army in Aleppo. Local fortification expert discovered. No, let him stay home. Alright, go down to Beirut. Alright, you go over to Hamadan. Alright, we took Karakum. We'll go further south, along the coast here. National decline. No, reduce investments in production. Alright, we took Karga and Beirut. Go deal with their army in Nile. Alright, go down to Sakin. Oh, Negev is theirs as well? Okay. You go over to Damascus. Judea is the other one I need for the Pentarchy. Cool. Currently, England has Judea. Ambrosius Gabras. Yeah, his efforts will be admired throughout the nation. Vergas University to the administration. Let's get a dry dock in Azov, Crimea, Crete, and Libya. Alright, we've taken Hamadan. Let's go down to Luristan. Alright, there's a minority prospering in Alexandria. Cool. We've taken Damascus. Go to Badiat Ashan. What is Nij offering? Oh no, they're making demands. That's silly. Alright, let's go attack their army, the Persian army in Karakum. Alright, let's took Salkin. Go over to Ibram. Oh no, our diplomat's dead. And we've converted the heretics of Beybaktu. And another national decline. We will continue reducing investments in production. Let's get a dock in Bermuda and a dry dock in Imeriti. And let's get a new diplomat. With all these conquests, that's going to be imperative. Level 4. Lame. Oh, our culture hadn't finished rebounding after getting our ambassador. Okay. Let's go ahead and send out some more missionaries. I've got 2 at the moment. Let's send one to Barcelona. And one to Firenze. Alright, let's gather these ships together. Alright, the Stuart is now a core. Cool. Alright, go deal with the pirates, and then dock in Thrace. Recruits flock to the standards. No, we must think long-term here. Alright, we've taken Badiat Asham. Nice. Go over to Iraqi Arab. Alright, let's get a dry dock in Georgia. Alright, we've taken Ibram, go over to Nubia. What is Najd offering? They're still making demands, like they're in that kind of position. What is Persia offering? A white piece. That's cute, Persia. Alright, let's attack the army in Atak. Oh no, I forgot Algiers was involved. They're offering white peace though. Fine, Algiers. Yeah, that's fine. We're not interested. I mean, we are interested in expanding in that direction, but it's not a priority this moment. So we'll accept peace with you. Oh no, Mamluks. I'm not making a separate peace with you in which you cede territory. That'd be so much more expensive than taking your territory during the peace talks with Persia. Alright, we've taken Nubia. Go attack the Mamluk army there, the rebels there, and the Mamluk army there. Baluchistan is offering a white peace. We will accept. I forgot we were at war with them. Alright, let's get a dry dock in Treviso. Alright, let's see what's south of Atop. We've discovered Karbala. Nice. Which is currently in Novgorod's hands. They're at war with Syria and Najd. Are they part of... They're part of our war. They're the protector of the faith, aren't they? The only reason I can think that they'd be involved in this war. Alright, let's get a dry dock in Kozani. Which is kind of annoying because I'm low-key looking to annex Syria if possible. I want to battle in Asyut. Nice. Alright, go sit in Alexandria for a while and replenish, because there's always giant attrition going south in Egypt. Alright, let's get a dry dock in Achaia. Why don't you just go ahead and put into port? Oh, they liberated Manji Shulk. Lame. We discovered Khorasan and Malindi. Okay. Alright, New's just offering white peace now. Good, we'll accept that. Alright, Bulgar is now core territory. Excellent. Go ahead and get a dry dock in Alicante, and then we've got another missionary. Oh, that's right, they liberated Tripolitania. That's very frustrating. Now we have to send a new missionary there. Merchants complain. No pain, no gain. Alright, I've got 5 colonists again. Anywhere else interesting that we should colonize? Oh, this whole island is in our range now. Panama's in our range. I mean, if I were going to go for that, I'd want to try to go for the whole island. But no, we're going to go for the Bahamas. Alright, we've got a... we've taken Luristan. Go attack their armies. Vienna class of 1606 to the administration. Alright, chase them to Azerbaijan. Alright, let's go see what's south that way. Alright, let's send another colonist to the Bahamas. Alright, we took Khorasan. Let's go attack their armies and go retake Manji Shulk. Natives encountering our colonies. No, present a trade proposal. We're friendly colonizers. Until they rebel, of course. Alright, Karga's back in our hands. Alright, Cairo can support you. Chilling Cairo for right now. And then we're actually going to have to see the result of these holy wars next time. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Europa Universalis 3, Legacy of Rome. I'm some guy you've never heard of.